Is the fertilizer 2 inches beside and 2 inches below the seed in the planting operation. Seed-placed fertilizer is applied at the time of planting directly with the seed. But before we debate the pros and cons of these types of fertility programs, it's necessary to understand exactly how phosphate acts in the soil so that we know what we should expect it to achieve. The soil contains a bank of phosphate, most of which is tied up with aluminum, iron, and calcium in the plow layer. This represents some 400 to 8,000 pounds per acre of unavailable phosphate. More phosphate is contained in the organic matter and is continually released by biological activity in the soil. The phosphate that is maintained on the surface of the organic material and the minerals is called the soluble phosphate. When this combines with existing moisture in the soil, it becomes phosphate in solution. Only 1/2 to 1% of the total phosphate is in this form. It's this phosphate in solution that the plant can readily use. When conditions are ideal, the phosphate in solution is replenished regularly and provides all the phosphate needed by the plant. So, why do we want to add phosphate to the soil if there is already enough there? Spring planting conditions are typically less than ideal. Cold and wet conditions slow down root growth, making it more important to have a high concentration of phosphate around the seed. With cold conditions, organic matter also decomposes more slowly, thereby releasing less phosphate into solution. The seed itself and its primary root supplies enough phosphate to grow the plant to the 2-leaf stage. After this, the plant can only take up the minuscule amount of phosphate that the soil can make available to this very small root system. Phosphate moves less than 1/10 of an inch in the soil. Therefore, the only phosphate the plant can take up is the phosphate the root happens to intercept. University research studies in the United States and Canada show that the highest requirements for phosphate in the tissue per gram of plant is before the plant reaches the 6-leaf stage, or about 25 to 35 days after